Hello, my name is Jim Governale, and I'm here today with Dr. Vince Fortanasce, clinical professor of neurology at USC, board certified in neurology and rehabilitation medicine, and trained in psychiatry at the Institute of Living, a Yale affiliate hospital. He's also the author of The Anti-Alzheimer's Prescription, a best-selling book aimed at preventing Alzheimer's disease, and he's also the author of the DEAR program. In addition to an illustrious medical career, including twice voted Outstanding Lecturer of the Year at USC, Best Doctors in America, and commendation by former President Clinton and former California Governor Wilson, Dr. Fortanasce was an Olympic athlete and inducted into the Little League Hall of Fame with other notables as Nolan Ryan, Cal Ripken Jr., and Tom Seaver. What got you interested in writing the book, The Anti-Alzheimer's Prescription?
Well, I think what got me interested was first my personal experience. My father had it, and my mother was threatened with it. Second is my practice. When I first began my practice, I would see a patient with Alzheimer's disease maybe once a month, and now I see between 3 and 4 a week, and that is within a 30-year period. Now, let me tell you a little something about my father. My father had Alzheimer's disease, and I'll never forget when I could no longer deny that he had it. My mother had called one morning about 3 o'clock, and I could hear from her voice that she was very anxious. And in the background, my father was saying, "Where is Rose?" Rose was my mother's name. "What did you do with her?" And it was from that moment on that I realized that I could see my dad, I could touch him, but I could never again reach him. With my mother, we had just celebrated her 90th birthday. And I remember so well that morning, I turned to her, and for some reason I felt anxious. And so I turned around and I said, "Mom, I'm going to give you 3 words to remember." It's the beginning of what we call the mini mental status examination. And I said, "Mom, these are the 3 words: red, table, and 63 Broadway. I'm going to ask you for them in 3 minutes, and I want you to give them back to me. But in the meantime, I want you to tell me what's today's date." And then I asked her several other questions, all of which test various parts of the brain. And after 3 minutes, I said, "Mom, what are the 3 words?" She couldn't remember any of them. I was sort of devastated realizing that what had happened to my dad, my mother was going to go through. And it was at that moment that I realized that there were those people who avoided Alzheimer's disease and those who seemed to get it. And that there were risk factors, and then having read the literature and having been involved with Alzheimer's disease for over 25 years at that time, that something had to be done. And I started my mom on what I call now the DEAR program. The harmonic diet, the Ford formula exercise program, accentuating the brain's reserve, and that is neurobics, brain exercises, and then the right type of sleep and stress management. It was funny, 4 months ago, I went to visit my mom, 96 years of age. I gave her 3 words, and she remembered 2 out of the 3. And with a hint, she remembered the 3rd one. The following day, in the morning, I turned to her and I said, "You remember the 3 words I gave you yesterday?" She remembered them all, without any hint. And what this truly means is that no matter what age you are at, you can make a difference. And that difference is through the DEAR program and the Anti-Alzheimer's Prescription.